The WNBA just made the most shocking decision in its entire history, and it's all because of one violent shove. Chennedy Carter has been banned indefinitely after attacking Caitlin Clark-Madame. But this punishment, it's more than just a suspension. It's career execution. How did a former top draft pick go from rising star to leak exile overnight? And why are her own teammates refusing to defend her? Today, we expose the full story the WNBA tried to keep quiet about. And trust me, it's deeper than you think. Before we dive deeper, let's revisit the incident that started it all. The Chicago Sky vs Indiana Fever game was electric. The arena was packed to the rafters. Fans on the edge of their seat. The energy absolutely through the roof. Caitlin Clark was doing what she does best, controlling the flow of the game, finding teammates with pinpoint passes, and hitting shots from distances that defy logic itself. The rookie sensation was putting on a clinic, and Chicago was feeling the pressure. As the Fever mounted their comeback, you could feel the tension building in the air. The squeaking sneakers, the coaches shouting instructions, the crowd noise swelling with each possession. And then it happened. Without any basketball reason, no loose ball to fight for, no shot to contest, Chennedy Carter delivered a full-force shot that sent Clark crashing to the hardwood. It wasn't a basketball play, not even close. It was something else entirely. The arena went silent. That eerie quiet when thousands of people collectively held their breath. The replays didn't help Carter's case from every angle. It looked deliberate, calculated, and completely unnecessary. One veteran WNBA analyst, who was courtside, put it bluntly. "In my 15 years covering women's basketball, I've seen physical play, hard fouls, and heated moments. But this was different. This crossed a line between competitive intensity and outright aggression with no basketball purpose whatsoever." After an exhaustive investigation, the league office finally announced their decision. The official statement didn't mince words, calling Carter's actions a deliberate assault inconsistent with the values of professional basketball. The punishment an indefinite suspension with conditions for reinstatement. But let's be real about what this actually means. Multiple sources speaking on condition of anonymity have confirmed what we all suspected. Those conditions are specifically designed to be virtually impossible to meet. "Let's call it what it is," said one high-ranking team executive. "This is a ban in everything but name." The league crafted the punishment this way to remove Carter from competition while minimizing potential legal challenges. The terms go far beyond a typical suspension. Carter must complete over 500 hours of community service, undergo extensive behavioral assessments, and accept a probationary period that would severely restrict her earnings and freedom of movement even if reinstated. The financial impact is devastating. When you factor in lost money, potential endorsements, and future earnings, we are talking about a hit exceeding $1.2 million, no cap. That's career-ending money right there. What makes this situation even more fascinating is that the Clark incident wasn't some isolated outburst. It was the final chapter in a long story of professional troubles. Carter came into the league as the 4th overall pick in the 2019 draft. The Atlantic Dream believed they were getting a franchise cornerstone, a dynamic scorer with elite athleticism and defensive intensity. But the dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Behind closed doors, Carter reportedly got into a heated locker room confrontation with teammate Courtney Williams that nearly turned physical. For context, Williams is widely regarded as one of the most level-headed, positive presences in the entire league. It wasn't just normal teammate tension, according to a former Dream staff member. It was the kind of confrontation that splits a team apart. Carter's time in Atlanta came to an abrupt end. But the story was far from over. She landed with the Los Angeles Sparks, where the pattern continued with alarming speed. During team film sessions, Carter repeatedly interrupted coaches dismissing their tactical advice with statements like, "That's not going to work," before walking out entirely. The situation deteriorated so rapidly that the Sparks made a financial decision that still stuns WNBA insiders. The organization paid Carter approximately $90,000, nearly a third of their entire salary cap, simply to make her go away. In a league where teams count every dollar, and financial resources are stretched thin, this extraordinary payment tells you everything you need to know about how desperate they were to remove her from their locker room. Carter's arrival in Chicago represented her final chance at WNBA redemption. The Sky, hoping her undeniable talent would finally align with professional growth, took a calculated gamble. By the time the Clark incident occurred, that gamble had already backfired spectacularly. Behind the scenes, chemistry issues emerged almost immediately. One Chicago staff member described the locker room as walking on eggshells around Carter. The social media activity tells its own story. In the weeks leading up to the Clark incident, there were subtle UNF followings, cryptic posts about respecting the game, and notable absences from team bonding activities. Most telling was how quickly Carter's teammates distanced themselves after the incident. Angel Rhee, who had initially seemed to form a genuine bond with Carter, unfollowed her across all social media platforms within hours of the shove. That silent action spoke volumes about where loyalties ultimately resided. After the incident, Carter had one final chance to salvage her reputation and career at the post-game press conference. 30 seconds of genuine remorse could have changed everything for her. A simple acknowledgement of crossing the line, an expression of regret, and basic accountability might have kept her career alive. Instead, viewers witnessed what one media veteran called career suicide in real time. Carter's body language told the story before she even spoke. Arms crossed defensively, eyes rolling at straightforward questions. Audible sighs into the microphone. When directly asked about the incident with Clark, her response left journalists stunned. "Actually, I'm focused on New York right now. I'm not really focused on that play anymore. It happened. Okay, it's just basketball. It just happened. Like, it's over with. I don't know why we are dragging it." That dismissive attitude confirmed what team executives had feared. "Actually, I'm focused on New York now. I'm not really focused on that play anymore. It happened. Okay, it's just a basketball. It had just happened. Like, it's over with. I don't know why we are dragging it, but we continue to drag a play that happened, and a whole fourth quarter happened after that." Carter remained incapable of the self-reflection necessary to grow as a professional. The press conference didn't just fail to repair her image. It actively reinforced every concern about her character. When asked if she had any regrets about not addressing the situation immediately, she doubled down. "No, I don't have any regrets not addressing it right away. Let me tell you guys something. I'm a person who, when something happens, I need time to get my thoughts together." Those gathered thoughts revealed everything about her mindset, and the leaked decision-makers were watching closely. The announcement of Carter's ban triggered an unprecedented wave of support from within the WNBA community. Players who typically stay silent on disciplinary matters broke tradition to publicly back the decision. "Our league is growing in ways we fought decades for," posted one veteran all-star on social media. "No individual player stands above the respect we've earned and continue to build." Coaches across the league have integrated discussions about professionalism in team meetings, using the situation as a teachable moment without directly referencing Carter. "We are having deeper conversations about what it means to represent women's basketball globally," revealed one assistant coach. "This goes beyond one incident or one player. It's about the standard we maintain for ourselves." Most notable was the reaction from Carter's Chicago teammates. Complete silence, no public defense, no character references, no suggestions of excessive punishment. In an era where player solidarity typically overrides organizational boundaries, their unified decision to refrain from comment speaks volumes. Carter's basketball future now faces a crossroads filled with uncertainty. International leagues that once welcomed WNBA talent with open arms have grown increasingly selective about character concerns. European teams have evolved, explained one international agent with multiple WNBA clients. 5 years ago, talent alone would open doors regardless of baggage. Today, chemistry and professionalism rank nearly as high in the evaluation process. The market for players with documented issues has shrunk dramatically. The financial reality is equally harsh. Carter's endorsement potential has evaporated overnight, with brands terminating discussions that were reportedly in advanced stages. When accounting for player contracts, sponsorships, and post-career opportunities, the total earnings differential between her projected path and current reality could exceed $4 million. For the WNBA itself, the moment represents a definitive stance during a period of unprecedented growth. With broadcast viewership up 87% year-over-year and merchandise sales hitting historic levels, the league has clearly prioritized its collective image over accommodating individual talent, no matter how electrifying. The saddest part of Carter's story is how preventable it all seems. Her basketball ability, the lightning-quick first step, creative finishing around the rim, and defensive intensity should have guaranteed a decorated career with multiple All-Star appearances and financial security. One fundamental flaw, an inability to prioritize team success and professional accountability, has likely closed the door on her time at basketball's highest level. Like a star burning too hot, Carter has extinguished her own light. The league's message resonates clearly through this unprecedented punishment. In today's WNBA, talent alone no longer provides immunity from accountability. From rookie orientation seasons to veteran leadership councils, Carter's story will echo as the ultimate cautionary tale of a promising career derailed not by injury or circumstance, but by choices. As women's basketball continues its meteoric rise, every player now understands the elevated standards that accompany the sport's growing platform. The question remains whether Carter will become merely a footnote in WNBA history or find a path to redemption that has thus far eluded her at every turn for the WNBA. This decisive action represents a turning point. The league is saying it loud and clear. We value our new growth too much to let any individual threaten it, no matter how talented they might be. With record viewership and attendance, increased media coverage, and growing sponsorship deals, women's basketball is experiencing its long overdue moment in the spotlight. League executives understand that maintaining professional standards is essential to sustaining this momentum. This isn't just about one player or one incident, explained a former WNBA executive now working in league operations. It's about establishing what the WNBA stands for during its most visible era. The standards being set today will define the league's culture for the next generation. For younger players entering the league, the message couldn't be clearer. Talent opens doors, but professionalism and accountability keep them open. In a league with limited roster spots and growing competition, no player is irreplaceable. It's impossible to discuss the situation without acknowledging Clark's impact on the league. Her arrival has transformed the WNBA landscape, bringing unprecedented attention and new audiences. Clark has handled the incident with remarkable professionalism, refusing to feed the drama or positioned herself as a victim. When asked about Carter in subsequent interviews, she consistently redirected the focus to basketball matters and team goals. "I'm here to play basketball at the highest level," Clark said after the Fever's next game. "Everything else is just noise. My job is to help this team win games and continue improving every day." This maturity hasn't gone unnoticed by league veterans or executives. One former WNBA All-Star noted, The way Clark has navigated the situation tells you everything about why she's special beyond her basketball skills. The poise under pressure, the refusal to make it about herself, that's leadership you can't teach. The contrast between Clark's response and Carter's couldn't be more striking, further cementing the public perception of both players. As women's basketball enjoys the unprecedented surge in popularity, Carter's situation serves as a reminder of the responsibility that comes with increased visibility. The spotlight is brighter than it's ever been, noted one veteran WNBA coach. Every interaction, every social media post, every press conference, it all matters more now because more people are watching. This incident, while unfortunate, demonstrates the league's commitment to protecting its hard-earned growth and reputation. By taking decisive action against behavior that undermines its value, the WNBA is investing in its long-term future. For fans, especially those new to women's basketball, the league's response sends a clear message about the product they can expect. Competitive, passionate, and professional. The Kennedy-Carter situation is one of those moments that tells you exactly what kind of league the WNBA wants to be. It's a moment of clarity, where the league didn't just make a decision about one player. They made a statement about all players. Carter, despite her raw talent and promise, has found herself at odds with teams more than once. And now, at just 25, she's facing a future that's no longer guaranteed. The talent that once made her a top draft pick hasn't disappeared. But talent without maturity is like a GPS with no signal. It won't get you very far. I see the WNBA choosing direction over drama, unity over individual chaos. They are building a league not just with skill, but with purpose. Whether or not you agree with how they handled Carter, it's clear the league is drawing a line. And once a league draws a line, it rarely steps back over it. In the end, this might be remembered not just as a disciplinary move, but as a defining moment of maturity for the WNBA itself. A little tough love never hurt a legacy. And now that the dust is settled, what's next for the league's brightest light? While some are focused on drama, Caitlin Clark is focused on domination. And the latest footage says it all. Click here to watch Caitlin Clark's huge transformation.